Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I am going to be making another Christmas card, as this week is my Christmas week. I'm going to be using this brand new Hero art set that I got from Joann Fabrics. This is called Winter Hearth Stamp and Cut. And I'm going to be using GinaK Swiss Dot embossing folder. And I'm going to be making a white card today, and it's going to be horizontal. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it, and creased it with my bone folder. And then I cut a piece of gold out of the Waffle Flower 5x7 Lacy Layers set. And I cut the gold out of the deckled or fancy edge. This is Tonic Studios mirror cardstock in Harvest Gold. And I can tell Tonic Studios because they have the white on the back. It doesn't really matter. You use whatever you have. If you don't have these 5x7 lacy layers from Waffle Flowers, you don't need them. This piece measures 6 3/8 by 4 3/8. You could just leave it square, or you could cut it with decorative scissors, or even tear the edges. And then I used the stitched smaller layer because I just like that nice stitched finished edge. This measures 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and that's going to go in here. And I am using that card that I screwed up 2 days ago, and I still had the back from the card. I'm going to be using that to die cut out. And then I have just some scrap white. And then I cut out a sentiment strips. I cut 3 of them out. These measure 2 1/8 by 1 1/4. I have no idea what die company this is from, but it just makes a scalloped edge, kind of like they took a bite out of each corner. As I say, you don't need that die, just whatever you would like to use. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Swiss Dot folder, and I want this to be embossed. Pardon me. Now, with my Anna Gurfin Empress machine, to emboss, I just need the 2 clear. Oh, I believe this will work. If not, I'll add a metal shim. My brain's not quite back to functioning as normal. Still have a little bit of brain fog. Brain frog. Boy, all right. Yes, that worked perfectly. And that it just I love the Swiss dots, but on a Christmas card, it makes me think of snow. Now I need to, and that's going to go right on here. So I can actually put these layers together right now. And that will be one step done. And I'm going to put these down flat because I'm going to have the images raised a little bit. And so I don't want to add too much of a thickness to this card. And as you can see, the whites are different colors, but that's okay. That's not going to make that much of a big difference. And I'm just going to set this aside, and I'm just going to put my large acrylic block on it to dry. Now, to get this, let's move these die cuts up there. Get this off of here. I opened the package, but didn't take anything out. And now this stocking is attached, and that came off nicely, but I want to get those little edges. Okay. All right, now I want to cut the fireplace out of that cardstock. So this is 110 pound. I just want it to be sturdier because I'm going to layer it up, and I'm going to cut 2 of them. I haven't cut it yet to see how it turns out. I don't know if everything cuts out. If that does, then I'm going to have to color on the back, but I don't think it will. All right, let's find out together. And I just have a little magnet here that I'm going to... Okay, the center of the fireplace popped out, but I think the rest are just semi-cut. More of an embossed cut. I just got this, I want to say Sunday, so it should still be available. Yes, that is perfect. So I'm going to cut 1 more just because I want to layer them together to give them extra added oomph. And I'm saving the center because I want to use one of those. That's nice. That's a beautiful die. All right, I'm going to set that aside for now. I will need to do some stamping. And I'm just going to stamp. I'm just going to use my little mini Misty. And it has a grip mat in here. I'm going to take one of these fireplaces and stamp. Pardon me. I want to get the fire in there. I'm going to stamp these one at a time. And I'm going to put the grill down first, or the log holder, whatever its technical name is. And I need to, I should put that in the corner. Unconditioned stamps are very sticky. So I need to condition that. All right. It just takes the coating off them that comes from the factory. And you do that by rubbing a finger across. They do make erasers for that. I just choose to stick with my finger. Right. Now I want this part to be black. One more stamping. That looks good. All right. Let's clean off with my tidy towel. And now I want to put a log on the fire. And that's kind of going to go right down in the center. And it's okay that it's going to overlap because the log will show through. And I'll just color that in with a marker if I need to. Again, I'm conditioning my stamp. I'm still going to stamp this with the VersaFine Clair, but I will be coloring it with alcohol ink markers. Yeah, see that now it looks like the log is behind it because this first stamp was so dark that you don't see the overstamping. And it just makes it look like the log is in the fire. And now for the fire. I'm going to condition this stamp before I stick it down so it doesn't stick to my paper. Now I want the fire to be kind of over everything. And I'm going to stamp it first with Tangerine Twist. All right. And then I'm going to come in with some tomato soup. But I'm just going to tap tomato soup here and there. And I want to throw a little bit of yellow in here. Let's see. I'm going to take the fluorescent yellow, my alcohol ink marker, FY010 fluorescent yellow. And I'm just going to try, you really can't see them now, but I'm going to put some coming out from around the fire. And even down here on the log. All right. So I'm done stamping that. Now I'm going to stamp my stockings and then set them aside to dry while I work on everything else. So I'm going to cut the stockings. No. Yeah, I think I can get them on this scrap paper. I don't need the whole thing. I just need to do 3 stockings. And I can get them squeezed on there. Just need to make sure I save enough room for their die cut to pop out. All right, condition them. And these I am going to stamp with a VersaFine Clear Nocturne. Oh, good. All right. I'm always pleasantly surprised when it stamps the first time. Okay. And the last thing I need to stamp is my sentiment. And I want to use, on here they have Feel the Warmth of the Holidays. So that's what I want to stamp on one of these little rectangles that I had cut out previously. Just going to grab one. I use the back of cardstock that has already been used because it's not going to show. No reason to throw away good paper. Now, if it would show through, well, then I don't need to use that again. Oh, there's extra little flames. I can add some extra little flames later on if I need to. Pardon me. And that one needs stamped again. I don't think I conditioned it, did I? That's probably why. Now that's good. Okay, clean that off. And now I'm going to take the 3 of those that I have already cut out and glue them together. And then I can get to coloring. There's 1, 2. I want that. Here's the 3rd one. Okay, I'm just going to get out a piece of scrap paper here. I covered up my scrap paper. Now, where did I put my... All right. I'll glue those together in just a moment. But I picked out a couple colors for my... Pardon me, I'm going to put you on pause while I get a drink. Okay, I'm back. I had a drink and a good cough, and now I'm good to go for quite a while. Okay. I've got quite a few colors here that I've chosen to make my fireplace. And I'm going to start off with R480 Garnet Rose. And I'm just going to color over all of the bricks. Let me move my fire out of the way. And you don't need to be really precise with your coloring. If you miss a spot here or there, that's going to be okay, because these are bricks. Now, I couldn't match my fireplace. I have a fireplace, but it's all out of like river rock. So it's like grays and browns, which I didn't think would go well with bricks. So I chose a more traditional red brick fireplace, but I'm going to darken it up some too. You could color this with crayons, your colored markers, chalks. You could even do ink blending. There's just so much detail that I wanted in different colors, because I had originally thought of just doing some ink blending of reds on paper and then die cutting it out. But then I realized the parts of the fireplace that I didn't want red would still be red. So that, it's called Dusty Rose, or Garnet Rose, but it is kind of brick. Now I've got a little brush, and I'm going to take GinaK's Faded Brick, and I'm just going to kind of hit and miss. I'm just going to slop some color on. Just aging it up a little bit. Look like maybe it's a fireplace that hasn't been well tended for, so it's got some soot, or it has some age to it. It also adds a little bit more dimension. Okay, now, all right. For the fireplace top, I'm going to go with wood. Mine actually has a barn beam on top. So I'm going with E340 Burnt Sienna. And I'm going to do that for the hearth too. And then I'm going to follow my outline. Okay. And then just follow my outline. I may only use one layer of this. I shall see. Now for the the inside, let's see. I don't know. I don't remember which one I wanted. Okay. For these white bricks, I'm using RG020 Red Grey. So it's kind of whitish. Now for the other parts, I'm just going to use black, which is 120 black. Like the fireplace grating, or not really an insert, but whatever they call the thing around the opening to the fireplace. Mine is black. Though this one doesn't have doors on it. Yeah, when I'm done, I will go in the inside and color the edges because I don't want the white to show where the black is supposed to be. And I just colored my thumb. And I see I need a little bit red up in here where these two pieces are separate almost. There, now I can't see that. I'm going to come in with a little bit of champagne, I think, just to darken this up. I'm not fond of the ultra lightness. Yeah, champagne. Rose is covered over with the champagne. That looks better. And that's more kind of what I was envisioning. Do the edges. Okay, now for in here, I'm going to color my log, and I'm going to go with, let's see. Let's go with the champagne first for the log. And see how different papers, actually this is E262 Tan. Different papers give you a different color. See, that's how it looks there versus on this cardstock. So you can take sample and stamp it on the different papers you use to try out these markers. Because sometimes they just won't be the same. And so you think it's going to be one color and it ends up being another color because of the paper you're using. Like if I would do this on an envelope, totally different colors. And I'm going to come in with the burnt sienna and just follow the outlines that were stamped on here. And I'm going to get, let's try colors this orange. I just want to add some, yes, I want to add some flames. Okay. And then I'm going to use a light gray, BG038 Cool Gray, just to do the background of this stamp image. So it's like the inside of the fireplace. And I could have done this before I did all the stamping, but I wasn't sure if I really wanted to do that or not. And I think it needs that. Okay. Now, that looks pretty good. I like that. And I think I will. I'm going to glue these two together. Do that right now. It just adds that little extra thickness. Even though this is 110-pound cardstock, I want this to be extra sturdy. All right. That's good. Now I'm going to color the stockings and then cut them out. And then this will sit inside here. I'll give you a nice little fire. All right, for this stocking, I'm going to do it in red. I'm using R872 Tomato, and I'm just going to color over the bottom. And I'll do the little loop hanger in red also. And now for this stocking, I'm going to do red stripes. And red end pieces. The toe and the heel. And a green Christmas tree. I'm going to use G750 Emerald Green. Now for this one, I am going to do green stripes. With red heels and toes. Okay, now I'm going to cut these out. You only get one die with this, so I'll have to cut 3 times. That looks good. I'm just going to put you on pause while I cut these 3 out. Okay, I'm back. I have these 3 cut out. And I see I didn't do the little hang tabs on these ones, so I'll just quickly color them and then put everything together. All right, this hang tag I will make green. I'll do these both in green. Okay, well, let's put this card together. Well, I'm gonna get the ink off my fingers as best as I can because I have it everywhere. I just don't want to get anything on my card that doesn't need to be on my card. All right. The fire and the stockings up the side. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. Good catch. Almost dropped a stocking. Now this is going to go in the center, and I'm going to need to flatten that out somehow. So I'm going to put some glue down. I'm going to pop it up though. I'm going to use some foam strips. Could have used fatter strips on this, but because the ledge and the hearth were narrow, I wanted to use my narrower strips. And I'll just throw that up there. Pardon me again. One more. All right. Now I want to put this in the, do I want to put it in the center or off to the side? Where's my sentiments? I think I want it off to the side. Okay, so we're going to go off to the side. And now the fireplace insert, I want to put down in here, but I want to glue it down flat. To make it look like it's inside, which it is. And I'll use my, just the edge of my scissors to get that down. That adds a little bit more dimension even. Okay. Yeah, for a minute I thought it was on crooked, but it's not. Now this I want to pop up a little bit more even than my foam strips. So I am going to use my taller foam dots that I get from Hobby Lobby. And then the fun begins on blinging this card up. And this, I want this to kind of cross over the fireplace there. All right, now I'm going to bling it up before I add the stockings on. I'm going to take Stickles Icicle because it's kind of a golden, and that's what I'm going to put on the fire. I just have to be careful with this one because this is the one I cut the tip off because the glitter in this one was a little too fat. I'm going to get some of these brushes out of the way to come through that small opening. And there's a Stickles brush. This just adds an element to the fire that makes it kind of look a little bit more real. Okay. And I'm going to put the stockings on and then embellish them. Those I want popped up just a hair. So I am going to take this foam strip, just put a little piece behind each one. I saw this set at Joann Fabrics and thought, oh, that is just so cute. I went to buy some yarn and I perused their scrapbooking aisle. All right, now how do I want these to go? Yeah, I think the red in the middle. I had thought this set has some milk and cookies and some ornaments or baubles, but I just wanted to use the stockings. And I'm going to hang them from here, and I'm going to angle them, at least the ones on the end. And then this one I'll put straight. Whoops. And that one's going to hang down over the fire a little bit. Well, you know, this one I'm going to angle the other way. I'm not liking it angled that way. There. Now it looks more a traditional stocking. Now I'm going to take Stickles in Diamond, and I'm going to do the white on the stockings. Okay. Now, you know what? I'm just going to use this again. And I'm just going to randomly, as well as random as my mind will let me be random, put some of this Stickles on the Swiss dots. So it kind of looks like snow falling. I try to be random. My brain wants to do a pattern. And I can see I'm going into a pattern now. So my random's random, but not random, if that makes sense. This will just add a little bit of extra sparkle without adding any rhinestones, sequins, or any other embellishment. I do need my tweezers. I got a little hair on that one. Okay. You know, I feel like this needs a little something around the edge, and I really... Oh, no, I'm not going to touch it. Okay, that is my card for today. And if you can see how the Stickles are sparkling, they're still a little wet. But when they're dry, they're really going to sparkle. And I love the sparkle of that fire and on the stockings. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.